Hello guys, my name's Abdullah Musa, the CEO of Blue Ocean Travel, an agent and a student in Cyprus for 4 years today. Okay, if for example your university is from Guinea, let's say GAU, that's Guinea American University or Caribbean University or Final University also or Cyprus Science Universities. University. So if you find yourself having admission or being enrolled in any of these university, it means that you will have to live in Guinea. Okay, and living in Guinea is quite expensive. Accommodation there is very expensive, but despite the fact of it being expensive, people usually mesh together. Maybe 2, 3, 4 people in an apartment, and it makes it easy for them. I think student life is always like that, so people always group together to share their accommodation in order to minimize cost, which is the most common practice here in Cyprus. It is allowed for people to stay more than 4, 5, 6, 7 in an apartment. Nobody cares. Okay, now looking at the kind of people also, because it's not just about because you want to minimize costs, so you need to stay with a lot of people, and you just have to look for any way you can live with people. Now you have to be careful with the kind of people also that you exchange your apartment with. You should be careful because some people might not be genuine, or some people might be doing some practices that might be contagious, and you need to be careful. Some people might change your mindset. Some people might make you indulge in some kind of practices that you were not used to with. And some people might even come to the island not for studies, and they might corrupt you to forget about your main objective. So it is quite advisable for you when you are pairing to pair with people that match the category of what you want. If you're a student, you pair up with those that are serious students, and if you are just here for hustle, then you try to pair up with those that are just here for hustle. I think it's quite better, because to avoid mixture of misfocus, that's it. So for in Cyprus, concerning also the relationship between students and their landlord is quite there's no abuse, because it depends on your negotiation. I think everything is always negotiated on paper, because there's always a house payment. There's a house contract that you and your landlord will always sign, and all those that are involved in the house will also sign. So always make sure that you have your house contract after paying your home or your accommodation. Always ask for your house contract. The normal procedure here is that your landlord will take you to the lawyer's office, and you will pay the lawyer 100 here, something like just 5k, and they will prepare the contract for you, and you sign if you are paying. But after 3 months, okay, if you have paid for 6 months, and after that you have to be paying, but monthly, everything will be inclusive, and everything in the house that are in good conditions, they will be mentioned there in the contract. So some before, they don't collect caution, but now most of landlords, due to some African agents, now some landlords receive cautions for houses. So it should not be something that should surprise you. So if you're preparing for your 1 year, that's 12 months accommodation, always add 2 things in it: the house agent commission, and also which is negotiable, and also maybe a amount of caution for house caution that the landlord will collect, but it's refundable when you are leaving the house, depending on how good the landlord is, because some of these landlords, they don't refund at the end of the day. So that's also one of the points to note.